corner of...
Remind me of 455. One of mine.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get settled.
Like ain't got no neck or something.
Oh, you can read. Yeah, brother's good. Fix this up a little.
Ezekiel 7.
It's live, so whenever brother's trying to start.
All right, hey, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America according to the scriptures. All right, but first and foremost, we want to give all praise and all glory to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash. Yahawah is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahawashi is the true name of His only begotten Son, and there's no God beside Him. Right? We want to give double honors to the apostles and of the GreatMillStone who is well. We taught us His truth, we spent by Yahawah. We honors and citations to the elect that can do these works of sincerity and truth. So we're going to get into Ezekiel 7 chapter, all right, because it's the year of prophecy, man. And all right, the prophecies that are to come is nothing nice, man. In the end, it's going to be nice, because the kingdom, that's prophecy. But before we get to the kingdom, all hell has to break loose, man. You know, all hell will break loose, and a lot of people are going to be dying out here, man. Why? Because America is wicked, man. Matter of fact, before we get to Ezekiel 7, Amos 9 and 8. You know, you see a lot of shit is going on, right? Why is that? Because we in the times of the Lord is about to return, man. And the scriptures say, to what end is it for you? Right? Meaning when the Lord does return, what end is it for you, man? What's going to be your end? And for majority of you people, the end is going to be death, man. Right?
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, are upon the sinful kingdom.
Right, so what's that sinful kingdom? America. How are the eyes of the Lord upon this place? Through the chariots, man. Through the angels. Matter of fact, real quick, jump from there to Habakkuk 1:13. Comment, because the eyes of the Lord are the chariots. You know, and they're looking upon this place, reporting to the Most High all the bullshit that's going on here, man. What?
This Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 13. Thou art of pure eyes, than to behold evil.
Right, man, because the Most High is too pure of eyes to behold evil, man. Okay? So he has to get the report, all right, from the angels, man. That's what the angels are for. There's thousands, even upon thousands of angels, all ministering to the Lord, man. Okay? Because if the Lord saw this place would have been done, man. You know, and the scriptures say that. The scriptures say, man, that the Lord cannot lie, right? So the prophecies have to play out, okay, in order for Him to return. But if you would have seen the wickedness going on, all this homosexuality, man, you know, bestiality, pedophilia, that's about to become mainstream, man. All this damn Satan worship right out in the open now. He would have been destroyed this place, man. You know.
This is Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 23, verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. You know, the scripture is backing up that the Lord sees everything, man. Here it is, Esau Edom in his little bowls and in his little secret places, his little secret meetings. You know, he thinks that he's getting away with everything. But here it is, the Lord not only is watching him, but he set him up to walk the path that he's doing, man, so he could be fitted for destruction, man. You know?
Ezekiel 7.
Okay, God. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, also thou, son of man, thus saith the Lord power, unto the land of Israel. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come unto thee, upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee.
That's right. And hey, before it was a land, before Israel was a land, okay, it was a people, man. All right? We was a people before a place. That's why I even said, search Jerusalem with candlesticks. Okay? Matter of fact, go to verse 5.
All right, this is verse 5. And thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come.
Right, because evil pretty much going into bad times, man. So bad times are going to come upon our people, man. Why? Because they didn't want to repent. They were willingly ignorant. Okay? They're of the father of the devil, Esau, the so-called white man. You know, the scriptures go into something so simple as not shaving, man. Me tell me you can't even do that. But you want to come and that's why I should say many are deceived by their own vain opinions, man. You know, you want to shave so that you can look good for the so-called white man, for these heathens, man. You see? But you mean tell me you can't even do that? Right? That's why the Lord is gonna. That's why the Lord is sending the evil upon you people, man. Right?
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid?"
Oh man, that's the spirit. My brother sent me a couple of clips yesterday, and how like on social media, our people, the so-called blacks, Latinos, they were making fun of this thing, which is brewing World War III. And they had all these different memes. I'll show y'all brothers later. And it was like saying something like black people don't take nothing serious.
Right.
You know, this war, World War III is serious, man. And as a brother read, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and people be not afraid? Well, we are actually that trumpet, man. We're that spiritual trumpet of Yahawah Yahawashi teaching his word, man. Warning the people.
Oh, and we also too, of not taking things seriously and nobody being afraid. You had the Apostles of Hard do a video. 2020 is going to be a hot year, you know, a hot year for prophecy. And you had this scoffer on there who assumed another position. We believe it was General Yahawah that was on there talking crap. Which one is it? Which one is going to come first? The mark of the beast or Armageddon and all that stuff. Making mockery of the prophecies, man. You know, like you don't know that Revelation 14:8 and 9, man. That those that refuse the mark, all right, those that take the mark are going to be fitted for destruction. So the mark of the beast has to come before this place gets destroyed. But you got scoffers on here not taking anything seriously, man. You know. So I'll read it again.
You're not 2 Peter 3:3?
Oh,
This 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. Know this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
Hey, there you go, man. As the brother was saying. Our people don't take shit serious, man. That's the same spirit, man. And that's how you know that, hey, that's our people, man. You know? So that's why they never take shit serious, because they always think, something bad happened, and then the next week shit is back to normal, man. Okay? Let's not forget they was burning down fucking St. Louis, man, when Mike Brown got shot. And then the next week, shit went back to normal, man. See? Yep. Come on, see that? So every time something crazy happens, it's only for a fucking week. And then it goes back to normal, so to speak, man. I remember the Ebola scare, man. When I was on all over the news, people were scared. They was joking at the same time. Then the next week, that was it. So they always say, look, man, it's not going to happen in our lifetime, man. You on that? Yeah, man, because, hey, man, that's the spirit that they in, man. Nothing bad could ever happen to them, man. That only happens over in the East. That can never come to America, you know? But you're sadly mistaken, man. So that's why making memes and jokes of World War III. Like World War III is actually funny. We don't see how real funny it is when you get a letter in the mail, open it up, and it says that you have to report to your nearest base, man, down there in Virginia, you know? Then we gonna see how funny that shit is then, man.
And the brother from Rochester came said it, man. Let's see how cute you bitches looking for teens, man. You know?
And the brother in Vegas said, all you testosterone bitches, y'all gonna get drafted too. Don't switch up now and try to be tender, you know? Don't switch up now. You got all this testosterone, get in the man's face, right? Guess what? You're gonna get drafted. This is Luke.
This is Luke chapter 6, verse 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you that basically are setting your own ways of following, man. Because in that day, fulfilling Isaiah 65 and 11, the Lord said his servants shall eat, but you shall be vexed in the spirit, man. You know, you shall die of hunger. That's right. You know?
They shall howl. Yeah. You see that, man? That's because, hey, it's benefits and rewards to serve the Lord, man. You know, especially here in America. Okay, the land this God-forsaken land. You do anything you want, man. You know, and we chose to serve the Lord. That's why Ecclesiastes 12 says, "Remember thy Creator in the day of thy youth." All right, that's what we all about, man. You know, here it is when we all get up with maybe somebody in the world, you know, who has a little ear to hear. Right? They're like, hey, it's shocked that we know the speakers so much, man. Why is that? Because not too many people do. That's not what too many people want to get into, man. They rather go to the club, you know, stand in line for some Jordan. Man, fuck all that shit, man. That's the goddamn walls of the temple, man. The scripture said all things here is temporal, man. But the days to come is going to be eternal. Continue, my 2 Peter.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 4, and say, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell...
When they said that, they were scoffing. That wasn't serious, man. Yeah, making mockery. Where's the promise of his coming, man? Where he at? See what I'm saying, man? So they wasn't sincere. All right? They didn't, you know, the scripture say, a wise man perceived the evil and hideth himself, man. But the simple pass on and unpunished. So they didn't really take it to heart, man. I believe that's even the scripture. They didn't really take it to heart. They thought it was jokes. Matter of fact, Cardi B, man, she posted something. Yeah, about how she said all these memes is funny as fuck, but it's real. But that's some dead-ass serious shit though. Then she was like, especially when you live in New York. And then she said she's filing for her Nigeria citizenship, man. So she's pretty much hightailing it out of America. So she got a little bit of wisdom for that, man.
Hey, you know who else did that? He didn't speak on behalf of this or what's going on, but what's his name? Roy Jones. He got citizenship in Russia. Man, you know, she moved out there.
Yeah.
Go with the winning team.
Yeah, see? And hey, man, matter of fact, it was in 2016, I'll never forget the news article. It said that all the majority of the billionaires left America. And that's when shit was crazy out in America, man. That's when it was hurricanes, all the hurricanes. You know, a lot of chicks getting shot down under the Obama administration. There was a lot of crazy shit going on. And all the billionaires saw that. And even in order to be a billionaire, you gotta have some type of wisdom, you know, some worldly wisdom. So they took that same wisdom and packed their bags, you know, to New Zealand and shit. Yep. So there's not even no more. And I tried to look it up, and you can't even find that shit no more, man.
There's an article which was years ago. It probably come up or it don't. He's talking about Chicago. There was a certain amount of numbers of millionaires that left Chicago, just the city of Chicago. You know, because of all the chaos.
Hey, I'll say this too about Roy Jones. Roy Jones is a small move to go to Russia now. At least, I mean, Russia's going to get hit with nukes too, but at least Russia practices going in underground bunkers and all that stuff. They got drills where they actually prepare for this stuff. The people out here ain't being prepared for nothing. They're being prepared to die.
And it's to prove that, look, this thing about is truly about faith. That's what Yahawashi preached, faith, man. You know, to those that have faith, because we're in the city, man. We don't have no military type power, man. All we have is our faith and our trust and love in Yahawashi, man, to get us through. And that takes what? A miracle, man. The deliver brothers from this hellhole, man, and from the destruction that's coming, that's going to be greatly exalted in the kingdom, man. The Most High is going to be greatly exalted, man. You know? See, we see that because the Lord set up watches, man. We're watching out in that time, man, and to see what the Lord's going to say unto us so we can report, man. That's all it is, man. We're like reporters in a way. You know, we're prophets. The word prophet just means to say before. So we say things before in which the Lord told us to say before they actually happen, man. You know?
For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
All right, so there it is. You know, all things continue as they were. And that's why our people don't really fear that. You know, they don't really take anything to heart. You know, they think everything is a goddamn joke. You know, you can't even go to the goddamn fucking movies no more without people laughing out of season, man. You know, you look up the genre, the movie is a goddamn thriller, you know, a drama, right? But nowhere does it say it's a comedy, man. Why? Because our people's pineal gland is destroyed, man. Right? That's even what the movie Joker was getting into, man. You know, he said something like, you know, people determine what's right and what's wrong, just like how you determine what's funny and what's not. Right. See? And then right after he said that, he blew his fucking brains out because he was sick of the bullshit, man.
That proves the scripture that folly is set great dignity. Folly is set on high, man. Like everybody wants to laugh, and nobody wants to be serious. What's so fucking funny, man? There's nothing funny, man. You know? There's nothing funny. Especially living in this time, man. Walking up and down everywhere your daily go about, you got some bullshit that you gotta absorb, man. You know, you gotta press down your spirit in order to cope in this society, man. You gotta remain Clark Kent, man. You know, but in the end, when you burning up, man, because you're actually seeing all of the folly set great dignity before you. All of the wickedness is on high. And if you dare to even speak out against the folly and the wickedness, you're deemed as a damn terrorist, man. You're deemed as somebody that's unliked, man. When you're sitting there telling the truth, you know? That's why the scriptures say, is there any truth in Edom, man? You know? What happened to Esau, man? Is there any counsel in him? Is there any right in him, man?
Back in Amos chapter 3 verse 6, it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? Okay, going to the scripture that we're reading in Ezekiel, you know, Ezekiel the 7th chapter, as the brother was bringing out, man. There's going to be great evil in this place, and guess what, man? The Lord did it, man. You know.
Oh, back in the man. That's right. So, hey, at the end of the day, just know that, man. That the Lord is the word that was doing it, man.
That's right. So back in Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5, it says, thus saith the Lord God, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land.
Right, so what you gonna do when it comes, man? Okay? What you gonna do when it finally comes? You're gonna have no children to bow down to the slaughter, man. That's why they're gonna ask, Jeremiah 15 and 4, you know, whither shall we go forth, man? Now that you see that shit is serious, and people got a serious face, a little fucking healthy face, you know, guess what? We ain't gonna be able to, man. Right? Why? Because the Lord said he's gonna make our tongue to cleave to the roof of our mouth. And that's gonna be done. The doors of repentance is gonna be closed. That's why it's time to do what you gotta do, you know, to work out your own salvation, fear and trembling now, man. While the doors of repentance is open. And pretty much it's almost done, man. This year is gonna be crazy, man. It's a lot of shit that's happening in 2020 that has never happened before in American history, man. For one, 5G technology, man. You know? Matter of fact, when we all first came into the truth, we thought we was gonna be out of here, man. You know? I remember 2016, when they was burning down Ferguson, we thought that was gonna be it, but there was no 5G. There was no Space Force. Right? No, see? No force another chip, man. See that? So, but now with so much shit going on, you can clearly see that it's a wrap, man. You know, a lot of people in America starting to take the trip now. They're doing it in Utah, they're doing it in Texas too. See that? So there's a lot of shit going on that never happened before, man. That's why I'm saying, that's why Yahawashi said, watch and pray. So you can know what times man. This is it, man.
Verse 7, it says, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations.
Ooh, man, see? So you're going to get judged according to your ways, man. And a lot of our people got wicked ass ways about them, man. Right? They don't, they're not sincere. You know? They don't have an ear to hear. They're willingly ignorant. You know, they're prideful. Okay? Adulterers, man. Murderers. Okay? So now you got to get judged according to those ways, man. When the Lord returns.
Verse 9.
This Amos chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. We'll say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Right, because you got 2/3 that think they're going to escape the judgment coming. Okay, martial law, famine, they think they're in a good case. They think it's just going to be business as usual. But that's not the case. The Lord is coming to send a sword upon earth to chase you 2/3 down. All right?
Yeah, because what that is, that's pride, man. You know, Jake got a lot of pride, you know, thinking that no harm can come their way, especially when it comes to this place that they call America, man. Well, this land that they call America, biblically, spiritually, is called what? Babylon the Great, which means great confusion. And that goes hand in hand. When you look at this place in society, there's a great confusion going on, man. You know? The Most High said he's going to judge this place. He said his eyes are upon the sinful kingdom. This is the most sinfulest kingdom on the planet Earth, man. Everywhere these Edomites go, they set up their democracy. And they set up their ways, man. Their society within these different countries, man. And now, which we have, they killed the commando, you know, out there in Iran. And hey, Iran gonna do something, man. Lord willing, man. Because that's gonna start off what? The World War III, man. Which the prophets, I would say, start with our teachers and our elders and apostles. They've been teaching for years, man, that this place in America is gonna be destroyed by the way of thermonuclear destruction, man. And that's by the way of the Lord, man. The Lord controls these mysteries. The Lord controls men. The scriptures say the Lord is he ruleth in the kingdom of men. So wherever way a man goes, which way he turns, right or left, the Lord made him go that way, man.
This is Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. The wickedness were there, and the place of righteousness, that wickedness was there.
Hey, that's right though. Because check it out, judgment comes in the flesh, man. All right, judgment comes when you in the flesh. Judgment don't come when you in the spirit world. You get judged in the spirit world. When the Most High send you forth into the womb, all right, from the loins of a man into a woman's womb, and you be born, that's when you play out your judgment, man. And then the Most High send upon you.
I was going to say, and again, what is under the sun? The earth. That shows that the judgment is being placed upon the earth.
Right. Hey, real quick, because when you're in the spirit world, that's when you're at rest, man. You know, you're not suffering in the spirit world. You know, that's why even Samuel said unto Saul, why'd you wake me from my sleep? See, because when you're in the spirit world, you're in paradise, man. You're good. And that's why when you're born, you come in crying. Because you got to go, because you know you got to carry out your judgment, man. And not to mention that Esau standing right there with a needle for you, man. See? And that's why a lot of dudes, some people be having huge deformities, man. See? Because they got judged, man. See, the Lord didn't do that for no reason, man. It's spiritual, man. That's why the disciples asked Yahawashi, who sinned? Did he sin, or did his mother sin? How could he sin if he was just born, man? Why? Because he sinned in his past life. He went off in his past life. Now he had to come back here as being blind. But that wasn't the case. The reason why he was blind is because just so that the Lord could perform that miracle right then and there, man.
Hey, real quick, I could just back you up. I want to show you that the spiritual world is rest. This is Job chapter 3, verse 17. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together.
Yo, that's a cut on hell, period. Yo, you can bring that back, because even the wicked goes to hell, right? According to Christianity. Go ahead up.
This is Job chapter 3 verse 17. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. It says, there the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master.
Oh, see, so you at rest. And according to Ecclesiastes 12:7,
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi, who gave it.
in fact, Ecclesiastes 3:19. Man. You know? See, you got that's where we got the whole truth, man. Rawchaa said he got to send the spirit of truth. You know, he also said the spirit was like the wind. Right? It covers, hey, it goes from here to here, man. That's beautiful, man. That's why it says it's like rivers of living water, man. You know, it don't stop. And that's beautiful. Got that?
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 19. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts.
Right, so the same thing that happens to men happens to beasts. All right, what is that? Death, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Even one thing befalleth them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other.
See, there you go. Go ahead.
Hey, they have all one breath, so that a man hath no preeminence above a beast. For all is vanity, all go unto one place. All of the dust, and all turn to dust again.
See, so there you go, man. They all go onto one place, right, when they perish, which is back into the ground, man. But now, what happens to the spirit? Okay? So now we know where the body goes, but let's see where the spirit goes, right?
Who knows the spirit of man that goes upward, and the spirit of the beast that goes downward to the earth?
So there you go, man. All right? An animal, the spirit dies with his body, but man, the spirit goes back with the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? No matter if it's a wicked spirit, grimy ass, Barabbas type nigga, man. All right? It doesn't matter what it is, the spirit goes back up with the Lord, man. And there you rest.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Now where is the works? It says here, shall the names of the righteous be made manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Where is it going to be declared? Right here on earth, baby. You know, reincarnation. Re means back, in means in, incarnate means flesh. Back in the flesh.
That's right. That's why I said, like, yeah, when you're born mentally challenged, man, you know, that's because you was wicked in your past life, and that was your judgment, man. See? You was born, I was watching a dude, his face was all like droopy and shit. So yo, he was super wicked, man. See? Hey, matter of fact, the Lord actually wants people to laugh at you, man. See, the Lord, that was the Lord's comedy upon that person. Because it's just the spirit, when I was watching it, he said he dropped out of school because everybody kept laughing at him, man. See? So it's a natural thing, man, for the Lord to set that up where people laughing at you for the wickedness in your past life. That means you were super wicked, man. See? And the scripture said the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. So if you were serving the Lord, you know, you're going to come back, you're not going to lose your reward, man.
Right.
Also, just to back, I got a quick precept just to back up the reincarnation. Ecclesiastes 4:16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. Just like Esau don't believe that, you know, Esau's trying to, he's the covering cast for a reason, because he doesn't want to face his judgment upon earth.
Right.
He never was done away with. Nobody on this earth is done away with. Everybody, every nationality is still on this earth. Nobody's done away with, all right? These devils is going into slavery, all right?
That's right, man. So hey, you can take that, you know, vocab, man. Right? That dude is a goddamn agent, man. I was checking him out, you know, and pretty much you wanted to see the response. You wanted to see the response of what we had to say about all this persecution amongst Amalek, man. You know, and pretty much, man, what he had to say about it, you know, about what we had to say, was that we're pretty much in a woe is me spirit. Like, how is it your persecution, you know, that Amalek is being, you know, persecuted, man? I'm pretty sure the one that got sliced by a machete is the one being persecuted. But you should already know what a false flag is, man. Okay? And that's why you don't know your history, man. All right? Because we already know that Nero burned down Rome. All right? And he blamed it on who? The so-called Christians, man. All right? He blamed it on the Christians, which are the Israelites. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. You know? You see? We already know how he's coming, man. So and scripture say, then they shall know who are my chosen, man. All right? So it's all already set up in the spirit, man. We know how you damn devils is coming. All right? And guess what? We're going to overcome, man. Matter of fact, you can get that in Revelations. What's that? Revelations 15.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. Because look, man, just quit the bullshit, man. All right? You're a goddamn agent, man. Just quit the bullshit, man. We're going to overcome anyway, man. All right? So when all hell breaks loose here in America, it's going to be what it's going to be, man. And one thing we got to remember is we ain't got shit to live here for anyway, man. Okay? You got to think about, what do you really have to live for, man? All right, that's why when, matter of fact, the Maccabees, man, when the Greeks started persecuting our people, just like how they're going to start persecuting us, they said, fuck it, and they fled into the wilderness, and said they left all behind that they had, man. Why? Because what they really had ain't really shit anyway, man. You don't have shit to live for, man. We all in fucking debt. We got nothing to lose and everything in the game, man. See? Hey, you might say, well, you want to live for your children, for your family. Guess what? You're going to be able to bring them back in the kingdom. Right? And that's if they don't make it on. There's a chance that they might make. Hey, the scripture say, you know, believe in not in their household shall be saved anyway, man. So, family going to be good anyway, man. And besides that, you got shit to live for, man. Right? We're in fucking hell. What?
It's Revelation chapter 15, verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. For in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire.
And they real quick, and the 7 last plagues, hey, 7 represents completion, man. So this the last hell we're gonna have to catch. Okay? But it's gonna come insane, man. It's gonna come straight up insane upon you people. The drought is gonna come back. It's gonna be pestilence, it's gonna be famine out here. It's gonna be some crazy shit out here, man. It's gonna be wild out here, man. And guess what? Only people that's really ready for that is those that have been training, so to speak, the whole time, which is the hopeful elect. Us men our Lord out here in the highways and byways, man. We knew this day was coming since we came into the truth, man. All right? And said we got the spirit with us, man.
And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. And them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
That's right, man. So see that sea of glass mingled with fire, there's your lake of hell, man. Okay? Because when we in them chariots looking down, we're gonna see the whole America. America is a large land. We're gonna see the whole shit on fire, man. It's completely, people getting burnt the fuck up, man. Right? And that's what hell is, man.
Right.
Okay? The hell pretty much goes into Gehenna, man. Right? And that was a saying back then amongst our people, because when you look up the definition, it's pretty much, you know, a symbol for the wicked and a fit symbol for the wicked and their future destruction, man. Because here it is, when you was wicked, you didn't get a proper burial, man. You get stoned to fucking death, and then they take your body and they throw it in the valley of Hinnom, man. With the garbage, man.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It also means garbage, man.
Yo, see? It's the damn garbage, man. You know how dishonorable that shit is, man? So that's why they would say, yo, you know, that's why I would say so-called burn in hell, man. Right? Meaning you're wicked, you're disgusting, you're abominable, and that's going to be the end result of your death, man. That's all it, man.
It actually goes back to the Hebrew Gaya Hanum, Valley of Hinnom, and there's actually a valley within it. There's an actual capital within it called Tophet, and there's a scripture that says it would no longer be called the Valley of Hinnom, but it would be called the Valley of Slaughter. So really, when you say hell, you know, in the sense of Gehenna, it's going back into death. Death by fire, death destruction, death in general, man.
I got a precept to add to brothers.
Oh, real quick, and before that, that's where our children were being sacrificed to Baal. Man.
That's right.
See that? And then once that was all said and done, it was an abandoned land for a while, man. And after that, they utilized it for a garbage dump, man. See, so even the history behind it is wicked, man.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 4. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried. So that's how you know this is that land of hell, a so-called hell, you know what I'm saying, where that judgment is going to take place. It says, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. So this is where they're going to meet that judgment. They're going to meet, you know what I'm saying, they're going to meet that that thing that they're afraid of, really, man.
So trying to play by the dictionary, just the word hell. It says place a condition of retribution for unredeemed men.
Unredeemed. So that means,
say condition as well.
yeah, that because you got ones that's redeemed by the chariots that saved out of the nuclear missiles, and then the rest they're gonna be in this lake of fire.
Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
That's this place in which you call America, man. It's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Why Sodom? Because this place is a mirror image of Sodom and Gomorrah. The things, the wicked acts, and the fornication, which means all unlawful sex, all these things that happen in Sodom and Gomorrah happening here in America, man. And even your boy Clefo Dollar knows that, you know? And then it said Egypt. Why? Because the Israelites were in bondage in ancient Egypt, man. Now they're in bondage in what? In what they call America, man. So this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, man. You know?
It's also referred to as the Valley of the Shadow of Death. Now I got another precept. It's Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 31. And they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came it unto my heart. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be called Tophet, or the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. For they shall bury in Tophet till there be no place.
Because that's really the memorial of this place that you call America, man. It's going to be a memorial of the place where the Lord slaughtered the wicked, man. After this place be destroyed, we're going to have a new holy day in the kingdom, man. The deliverance of out of Babylon the Great. It's going to be a day to glory in the Lord, to praise Yahawashi and because he destroyed the wicked in this wicked land, man. You know?
And going back to spiritual Sodom, this is a news article that says the United Methodist Church proposes historic split over gay marriage and LGBT clergy. Read that again. It says the United Methodist Church proposes historic split over gay marriage and LGBT clergy. See, and that's the third, the United Methodist Church, pretty much in America, is like the third largest so-called Christian church, I guess, man. But they're going to have a huge split because half of them believes that homosexuality is right, right? See that? And they're going to have homosexuals in their church getting married, all right? And the other half, or probably not even half, probably the small remnant is not with that shit. So guess what? They're just going to have a split, man. So that's just going into how this is a spiritual Sodom, man. Right? You got different dudes getting married. And I remember a while back there was a woman who she got in trouble because you get in trouble, man. See, you literally get in trouble for going against homosexuality here, man. Yeah. And she didn't want to bake these two dudes a cake for their wedding. So I think they shut her business down or something like that, man. Or they gave her a fine, you know?
May I say, because, you know, Esau wants you to participate so the blood will be upon you.
Right.
But the Lord set us up. He set Ezekiel up as an example. You know, Ezekiel, he told Ezekiel, just like he told us, to go out there. Somebody get that real quick, my shot. Read 7:15. You know, real quick, just real quick. You know, because we're set up to warn you to get the blood on our hands. We don't want to be judged when the Lord judged 2/3 of his people. We don't want to be on that other side of the Lord's anger, man. We want to please the Lord. We hope the Lord delight in us. We delight in him, man. You know, we pray the Lord have mercy on us, man. Read that real quick, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
So we're watching it, man. And we're watching to see what the Lord is going to say unto us so we can understand the times that we're looking at. Go ahead.
Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
What is the word of the Lord's mouth? The Bible, man. And he said to give them warning from him. Because when we out here teaching his word, this is a warning, man. This is a warning to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, man. You know, you think it's cool and laugh and mock about World War III. Well, guess what? The Lord is doing that, man. Go ahead, huh?
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life.
Hey, what it said? To save his life. So we're out here to warn you so that you can save your life in Yahawashi.
But his blood will I require at thine hands.
So if we don't do what the Lord told us to do, then we're gonna be judged right along with the wicked. See, this is why Paul made mention of faith without works is dead, man. You know, faith without works. See, we have works to prove our faith. You know.
This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will give you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion.
Yeah, and that's why you devils, you Edomites, you can't separate it. You can't stop us. We already been separated from the Lord because the Lord pushed us away. But you can't stop us from returning back into the Lord because it's the Lord that's gathering us back together. Right. You see? See, when David said in Psalms 10, let them be taken in devices that they have imagined, well, it's understandable why the Lord in Obadiah was written that Esau is going to be rounded up and burned off the face of the earth. Because what they're trying to do, or striving to do, I should say in better words, that they're striving to stop us from being a nation. So the Lord is going to completely delete your whole nation, man. See?
It says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
Hey, who is those pastors? Not the pastors in the Christianity churches. Not your boy Cleflo Dollar. You know, Eddie Wong and all of these other guys, these mega churches. The real pastors, go ahead.
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
And that's the big difference. You should know a pastor speaking the truth when he feeds you with knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, man. Not knowledge and understanding of the world, man. As far as being in the street or learning how to make a dollar. Most High want to hear, the Most High is going to give you the knowledge and wisdom and understanding so that you can be stable in the times, man, and which is coming before you. See? Go ahead.
Back in Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness.
So if we warn you, devils, excuse me, if we warn you, keep 2/3, you know, because there's no salvation for Edom, you know, like, you know, but if we warn our people, go ahead.
And he turned not from his wickedness.
And this man don't turn from his wickedness, then that's on him. That's straight up on him, man. You know? That's on him if you don't want to turn away from his own evil ways, man. You know, that's why we're not going to sit here and get angry and want to fight somebody that's ignorant, man. Because it's obviously you just don't know. But guess what? Really deeply, spiritually, it's the Lord blinding them, man. Hey, y'all, go ahead,
It says, nor from his wicked way.
Nor from his wicked way. What's a wicked way? Being an adulterer, man. You know, striving to have sex with your homeboy's girl, man. Hey, you may not see that as wrong, but the Heavenly Father see that as wrong, man. You know, and guess what? We're in a time when the Lord is about to start judging, man. I'm sorry, I gotta keep saying it. When the brother sent me these clips, it'll make you chuckle, but it also instantly make you mad. Because all of these jakes were making fun of World War III, of what just happened with Trump, killing that commando, man, in Iran. They were making fun of it with these memes, man. The memes is pretty funny, but the shit is a serious matter, man. That's why I said before, why the hell are you smiling? What's so funny, man? Because the time we're living in, it's nothing funny, man. So go ahead, huh?
You see the one dude in the corner store? Or Vegas, brother from Vegas threw it up. It's like, I don't got no problem with you Iranians, man. I'm on y'all side and shit. And they were fucking Ishmaelites, man. Iranians are Elamites, man, that just believe in the same God you believe in. They're completely different people. But he made a huge joke out of it, man. Right. It was like, I ain't got no problem with you. I'm on y'all side, man. But hey, we're gonna find out that shit ain't gonna be funny, man.
Yeah, ain't nothing funny, man. Go ahead, huh?
Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness,
right,
nor from his wicked way,
right,
he shall die in his iniquity,
right,
but thou hast delivered thy soul.
Well, what? You have delivered your soul because guess what? You want the blood off your hands, man. You wash your hands. The Lord want to see us wash our hands and be clean, man, as it's written over Isaiah the 1st chapter, man. Wash you and be clean, man. You know? Hey, so the Lord set up forerunners, man. He set up prophets, men that were going to go out and teach. That's it. Let me say that again. The Lord set up forerunners. He set up prophets, men that were going to go out and teach, and that's it. All the extra bullshit, them false prophets, man. You know what? Go ahead. It's like, you got a preset. I got shit up my mind. I got something real quick. Going back to you, because you mentioned about how, you know, this homosexual thing that get demonized if you come against it, right? Or made it like a norm. So this is Paul says. This is Romans chapter 1, verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And you got a lot of these guys that go on the Breakfast Club, get interviewed, and they start trying to whip up some wicked philosophy of how being a homosexual is okay. All them time, what's his name? Malik. What was his name that went on the show? Malik Gilbert. Charlemagne himself, because he's not Charlemagne himself, man, with this wicked philosophy of why guys keep saying gay jokes. You got to get out of that. You know, men masculinity, some shit you're always talking about, man. But it's this philosophy to keep you confused and thinking that a man with a man is cool, or a woman is cool. That's not cool, man. So it says professing themselves.
I was up in this freaking Walmart, man, getting some coffee, right? Because I didn't really get sleep that night. But pretty much, man, as I'm minding my business, getting my damn coffee, man, I'm listening to a song that they're playing, some Edomite, and pretty much she's saying, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. If it makes you happy, why are you acting sad, man? See? And I immediately thought, yo, that's some homosexuality shit, man. That's promoting them to come out the fucking closet, man. I mean, she's trying to say if you a dude and you like another dude, but it makes you happy, then it can't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? Don't be sad or beat yourself up over it, because that's what's making you happy, man. Now somebody will take that and go, yo, oh my gosh, you're right, man. They profess themselves to be fucking lies, man. Right. Scripture say there's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end of it is the ways of death, man. Right? So that shit shouldn't be making you no goddamn happy, man. You ain't gonna be happy when your ass got AIDS, man. You know? Now, I ain't getting into the details of that homosexuality shit, man. But it's the end result's disgusting, man.
It goes back to that do what thou wilt spirit. Is that aristocratic philosophy, which is what America runs on. If it feels good, do it. You know? But if you look into the scriptures, and if we were such a Christian nation, you can't do whatever you want. There's law, statutes, and commandments, and the root word to a commandment is that you're commanded. You're commanded to live a certain way. So people are gonna pay for their wickedness.
I'm gonna back you up. Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment will never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. If this was our kingdom, then in the kingdom ain't gonna be no homosexuals, ain't gonna be none of those abominations. You're gonna be put to death, all right? In this kingdom, Esau allows all that to go on, because that's the damn devil of the earth.
All right?
Hey, just to add on to the land back of the brother, you know, is that I was thinking of, the brother was reading that, thinking of his older brother Yahawah. You know, he did a show, and basically I think it was a response, you know, basically like, you know, the heathens to that Rawchaa vocabulary. And the heathens are going to love us in the kingdom. You know why? Because it fulfills Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. When these heathens see that our power is with us and how the earth is at its right pressure, let me say, in its right state, right condition, at its peak, man, to where the earth is growing, the fruits are growing, the air is not polluted. You know, the way that we're gonna live, they're gonna keep our laws, man. They're gonna want to, man. They're gonna love us, man. They're gonna want us to be over them, and they're not gonna want these devils ever to be over them again, man. You know?
And that's in that scripture. And that's after 1,000 years of slavery, though, man.
Yeah.
But real quick, because of what you just said, right? Deuteronomy 4 and 5 says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that you should do so in the land when you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations."
Man, we're better than you, man. The Israelites are peculiar people, man. We're chosen people of the Heavenly Father. If we do right by our Father, it'll prove that we're better than you. Right now, in our lowest state, we're better than you, man. You know? And that's just the truth. And that's because Yahawashi chosen the Israelites, man. Which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, man. The 12 tribes, man. You know?
Says, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who has the Most High so nigh unto them? As the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for.
And that's what we try to tell these niggas, man. We try to tell our people that, look, man, you're God's chosen people, man. Yeah, you are the real Jew that the Bible speaks of, and they are imposters, man. So man yourself better than what you're doing, man. You're better than that, man. You don't have to smoke weed and bang and do all that bullshit because of your peers and want to fit into what society is, man. Society is depleted. It's done. It's finished, man. It's fucking finished, man. The music is shit, man. This society is shit, man. You know? The food, the air, the water is all shit, man. So man yourself in a godly manner, man. Matter of fact, Peter, what's that? 2 Peter's tell you that, man, that what man a person ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness. And that word conversation means how you man yourself. It's not talking. Me and this brother wanted to talk about a damn boxing match. They talking about that. Oh, we wicked, brother. We talking about the fight. No, it's not talking about that. It's talking about how you conduct yourself, man. And it's truth, man. You know, and that's how brothers carry themselves in a godly manner, being humble, man. Humble.
Hey, real quick, so I get one point. It's also, when he was the 8th chapter, it speaks about how we're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments written in our inward parts. Anyway, man, you know, we're going to, and that goes to show you who's really saved, man. Right? It said that we're going to go from stony hearts to fleshly hearts, man. Because the law, statutes, and commandments going to be written in our inward parts. And it's good to say, no man shall teach his neighbor no more, man. Everybody's going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly. And when that does happen, like the brother's saying, hey, they're gonna love the shit out of us, man. They're gonna be Uncle Toms, man. You know, they're gonna be Sambo Coons towards us, man. Right? So, but here it is, man. Also, when that goes down, man. I'm sorry, what's my second point?
I got scripture to back up what you're saying. This is what's gonna happen in the kingdom, right? Isaiah 2:2, and it shall come to pass.
Sorry, real quick, just one more thing, man. Because look, you just take the commandment of adultery, man. Just saying everybody puts adultery into effect. You know how much they'll love us just off of that? Nobody worrying about the woman cheating on them, man? That's a fucking terrible feeling. They're gonna love us just off of that, man.
We saw done it economically, and the money thing, and what he do, he is great private murder. But yeah, guess what? Yeah, they are set up over us. But when we become, when the roles get switched and we be the elites, Yahawah, we're gonna have this thing right, man. And you heathens gonna love being servants. You know, you're gonna love being in circus. That's the truth, man. In the beginning, yeah, you're gonna get your ass kicked. You know, that's because you gotta get you in order.
Right.
Yeah? But eventually, what? You're gonna learn it, and you're gonna learn to love the Lord. That's right. And the Lord's people.
So Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. Meaning our government is going to be on top of all other
Hey,
governments.
this government right
Isaiah
now,
49.
we're speaking of a government. BaHaSham, Yahawashi, in his word is over the government of these Edomites, man. Everything that they have established in the earth, the Most High is above it. His words are above it. His words been here from the beginning, and that's going to be here to the end of Esau, man. You know?
It shall be exalted above the hills. The hills are the smaller nations, right? And all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of Israel, right? Of the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob.
The God of Jacob. Hold on, hold on.
God of who?
The God of who? The God of Jacob, man. That's what the Bible talks about, man. The God of Israel, the God of Jacob, man. Not the God, hey, not Most High never said he was saving Edomites. He never said he with Matthew 1 and 21. You know, he said he shall save his people. His people, meaning when everybody is born, you are born to a particular nation. You are of your seed of your father. So if you're born an Ishmaelite, your father's an Ishmaelite, you're an Ishmaelite. You're gonna be for your people. You're not gonna come into earth and say, look, man, I'm gonna change the world, I'm gonna die for everybody. That don't even make sense. It don't even make sense that they try to say that the Lord died for everybody. Let me hit you with something, man. When you really get understanding the scriptures, you know that Yahawashi actually died for the elect. But through the elect, he died for all Israel. So we must say he died for all the Israelites, but he died specifically for the elect, because through the elect, the rest of Israel could be good. You see? So how the hell did he possibly die for Edomites? This is Esau playing this role where he don't want you to have something better than him, man. He don't want you to come back to your natural state and your power. It's a deception. It's a deception type of skill, man. It's the, hey, look, God loves everybody. He don't want you to have the power, because if you have the power, then he ain't shit. Esau's nothing without his sword and his lies, man. Right. And Yahawashi is killing him through the spirit of his mouth and then the brightness of his coming, man.
Right. And the scripture, I got to read it more. But it says the scriptures also say thou was made a special people above all nations. Now, if everybody has the blessing, then nobody's special, man. You know? In order to be special, somebody has to be ordinary. You know what I'm saying? So let's read about what the ordinary people are going to do, the other nations. And many people shall go up and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. That just goes to show that the second covenant is for everybody, man. Because if so, then why are other people going to be coming up learning, asking for our ways for? Isn't it supposed to be in everybody's inward parts?
Right.
You know? That's not what the scriptures say.
Yeah. And that just shows you that Esau is the devil, man. Because he don't want us to have nothing. We can't have the Lord. We can't be wealthy. We can't own nothing. We can't have nothing. We can't even have the Lord. Wait. For y'all, he invisible, man. What if you before they used to laugh and make mockery? Before they used to make mockery, laughing because he's an invisible power. Well, he's an invisible power. We can't even have the invisible power with this devil, man. We can't have nothing, man.
If you see back in so-called slavery times, and that movie Mandingo shows it, the white man was actually teaching that black people don't have souls. Clearly, why the fuck would you pick up a doctrine and a philosophy that your enemy was saying that is not even for you?
Shimmy down the block. Shimmy down the block. I see the shimmy. I got some inside to it. I got a little bit more. So I got to finish it up. And we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
It said, out of Zion, man. Out of Zion shall go forth the law. Who is Zion? Not the Zionists. Not these Amalekites. Not these, what was the other one? Like
Ashkenazi
Jews,
Yeah.
not them.
They had to steal Japheth's sons. Like, come on, man, that's slow.
That
as
didn't
hell.
make sense.
And
Yeah.
they one of the weakest nations on earth too, Japheth. Stop.
Yeah.
They had to steal their name.
It's got to be coined. The term Ashkenazi Jew is an oxymoron. All right. Ashkenaz comes from Japheth, and of course Jew comes from Judah. All right, which is of Shem. All right.
Two nations that he's not.
Right.
I gotta say, stop, man.
With color. With color.
It said, out of Zion shall come a law, out of Israel, man. Zion just means monument, the monument of the Israelites, man. All right?
This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him.
You know, the way of the wicked is seduce you, man. That's why you gotta be prayed up. You gotta be showing your faith toward Yahawah. You know, I can't, stick in my mind of the Apostle Tahar years ago when we went on Breaking Strong. He said you could dance with Satan, but if you get big, that's on you because you're supposed to be strong in your faith, man. You know.
It's like Brother said, man. Who shall pity a charmer when he's bitten by a serpent, man? You know, and really, these 2/3 that come up here, man, it's like, yo, what is the rage that you have? Because why? It's because they're seduced by E, man. You know, with the philosophies, man. So when they hear something that's foreign to their ears, was really for their benefit, they still got a problem with it, man. You know?
You got something based on what you said. Romans 14:22. Cast down faith, have it to thyself before the Most High. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in the thing which he allowed.
Happy is he that condemneth not himself in the thing that he allowed. Because you can't say the Most High made you go on. You can't blame the Lord for you being wicked. No, it's you. It's you, man. You know, they scripture say, I think in Wisdom of Solomon, the Lord don't take pleasure in killing us, man. Because he designed the earth for us, man. But except the Lord got to lay down the law, man. He got to put it straight because man sought out many inventions. You see, man gets simple and get stupid, man. You know? It's like right today, man, they got this ideology and this way of life of homosexuality, but basically that's genocide. No matter how much you tell Jake that's genocide, he'll be like, yeah, I see it, but it is what it is. Like Jake don't have, that's why you're not supposed to have nothing right now, man. You can't even have your own thoughts in your head. Because Jake don't really have their own thoughts. Their thoughts and perception of what this other person thinks. Right. You know, women do that a lot. You think I should, or what you think, and there's some demon telling some shit, she go, you know what, I am about to start doing that. Your thoughts, not even your thoughts.
And that culture, man, it's a manufactured culture, man, that's upon our people, man. You know? So here it is, you know, they don't reason. They're not built to reason. They're built to be docile, man. You know, they take away. Esau's job was to take away everything, take away your, try to take your spirit from you, trying to take away your faith, trying to take away your foundation, okay, and give you this manufactured culture, man. And this is what we have now, madness, man. You know.
It says, and he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. Whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
Hey, whatever's not of faith is sin. So you eating this word for carnalness, for strife, for vainglory, then that's a sin, man. You can't eat this word, yo, I want to do what you're doing. Yo, I'm about to study every scripture. Pause. What that say? Oh, break down, study. Yo, look, I know the truth. That's sin, man. Because you're not really absorbing the truth for your own, for faith in the Lord and your own salvation. It's not genuine. It's not sincere. You know.
And King David in that curse, he said, "Let that which would be for their welfare become a snare to them." So this word, if it's not for you and you have wicked intentions, it's going to be a curse to you.
That's all. Yes. That's right.
Let's go into that eating unworthily, man. You know, you got. That's how you know, man. That's how you know it's clear, man, to see, who's the Lord dealing with, man. You got these other camps inviting every and anybody to the Passover, man. As if that scripture don't exist, man. You know, black unconsciousness, Egyptology dudes at the Lord's Passover. Are you kidding me, man? You know they eating unworthily.
What Brother was saying a minute ago, this Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 32. It says, can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number.
This brother forgot the Lord to the point where the Lord said, here it is now, you can reach, scripture go, seek the Lord 10 times more.
Right.
You know, because it was your minds to go astray. You know, the Lord right now has got his hand out. But here it is when the actual Bible is being broken down, and it's not really a mystery no more. You know, to those that's unlearned, people can't accept it, that the Bible is actually true. So excuse me, they can't accept the understanding of the scriptures when it's so plain. You know, they want it to be something more deeper, or something like science type, you know, dig under the earth, mathematical, you know, when it's just simple. And they can't accept the people that's bringing the word out in truth, and 100% true. They can't accept the faces that's doing it, you know, because us brothers are Israelites, man. But they would rather see somebody prestigious, you know, someone with riches, so they can accept it even more. This word is of BaHaSham, Yahawashi. The way that it come out, the Most High said, go into the highways and byways. Wisdom crying from the streets. So when we out here, we're lively people. We're going to be lively. We're going to exhort the voice, man, the word of the Lord, man. You know?
Verse 33, it says, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Yeah, why you, and that's Jake. That's Judah, man. That's Judah. That's Judah. They trim it their way to seek love when this devil got his foot in your neck, man. That's crazy, man. This last year, well, I gotta say last year because it's so called the New Year, in the middle of winter. Anyway, last year you had Amber Geiger kill a kid in his house, and the brother go and hug him, man. You're trimming your way of love, man. You know? Oh, and the father, man. You know? That's crazy. No matter how much this devil keep punching you in your face, kicking you in your back, you still turn around and say, yes, that's I love you. You know, that's why the Lord is going to burn that Christianity up, man. You know, and all the false prophets.
Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Hey, they didn't
We'll bring out Ezekiel 16, I'm going to start at verse 32. For as a wife that committeth adultery is taken strangers instead of a husband, they give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms. And in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee, therefore thou art contrary. So the Lord is basically saying, like, you doing all this spiritual fornication against me, but these other nations are not following you, but you want to do everything to follow them. I'm saying we out here telling our people, you are God's chosen people. They're like, no, we not. We Gentiles. You want to give the other nations your inheritance, man. When we telling you who you are according to the scriptures, man. Why you want to give away everything that belongs to you, man?
And you got guys like Dr. Claude Anderson coming on the Breakfast Club, you know, doing all his shows that he been doing, his books and everything, telling you that by the paperwork, by law, they have us on the bottom.
Exactly.
They got they foot in your neck, you know, to where you can never get up, man. You in submission, man. So if you want to go spiritually with the prophets, with the word, then you want to go, you know, get some knowledge from history. Well, let's say he's a history type guy, and he knows all the documents and stuff like that. You should understand that this is the truth. That we're speaking the truth, man. The so-called white man is the Esau Edom. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. That's the God knows truth, man.
And just like how you were saying too, like people don't want to accept the faces because it's like this, like if you was rich, right, and you had money, everybody look at you as something, but then when you got nothing, people don't look at you as like you was before. Now, because it only matters what you have now. So being that the people only see us in our state now, and they only respect like the glorious, the fabulous looking clothes and all that, they can't respect so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans within our lower state. They can't never respect us. They can never accept that we are God's chosen people. It's like, ew, that's not God's chosen people. As it says in what Lamentations 2:15, that passed by thee, hits and wag their hand, saying, is this the people, is this the perfection of the Lord? Or, you know, roughly paraphrasing. And they look at us, they see nothing but filth. And how the scriptures say that we are the filth and the offspring of the world. So you're not going to look at filth as it belongs to something royal, but we are a royal people, but we sin against the Heavenly Father. That's why we're in this state. You know?
It's Isaiah chapter 51, start at verse 22, but the point is in 23. Thus saith thy power, the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the streets of them that went over. So we're giving our life to these devils, and they pretty much walking over us. You know?
Yeah, that's real quick. This is James chapter 2 and 3, y'all brothers. And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool.
Going back to our people, how they don't want to, really get down. This is one of the reasons why, man. So John 12 and 42 says, nevertheless, among the chief rulers also many believed on him. So my Yahawashi says, but because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogues, for they love the praise of men. For they love the praise of men more than the praise of the Most High. See that? So that's what the problem is with our people, man. They fear man more than they fear the Most High. Okay? And a lot of our people do believe, but they just hearers of the word, not doers of the word. Because at the end of the day, they just want to be down with men, before the Most High, man. So that's why, it really takes a man to say, to go against the grain, okay, and be a defender of the gospel, man. Right, and rising up against the evil dudes for Yahawah shot, man. Because fuck all these dudes out here, man. Scripture say that they're born in vain. So that's why they can't get down, because they don't have the wisdom. See, that's another thing, man. That's another form of knowledge and wisdom being a stability at our time. That's why we come out here, man. Because we got the knowledge, we know what's about to happen. We know that we can quote the scriptures to the best of our ability, and we got the wisdom on how to move, man. But see, these people, they don't got the knowledge and wisdom, man.
Oh, I was going to say real quick too, the point that the brother was making, that's also why a lot of people don't teach about the mark of the beast. Now, I just watched the brother on this video that he did on the comment board of Elder Apostle Zahar. Here it is, you got General Yohanan. He knows that the mark of the beast, he admitted that the mark of the beast is the chip. He admitted it on the comment board. But what? He's not going to go out there and teach it. Hence, his followers of men aren't going to teach it either. And they know that it's the chip, man. Everybody knows that the mark of the beast is an RFID microchip, but they don't teach it because they're followers of men and not followers of the truth.
It's pride. Pride lead unto destruction. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and 8. It says, now go, write it before them in the table, and note it in the book, that it may be for a time to come, forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
You know what? And that's Jake's sentiment right there, man. That sums up Jake and any kind of belief that they may have. They want to keep sweeping shit under the rug, man. Okay? This right here, these last days, the World War III, everything, Armageddon is inevitable, man. Okay? But they don't want to hear that, man. They want to hear the smooth things, man. They want to be rocked to sleep. They want that painkiller, man. That painkiller's lies, man. That's what they want, man.
This is Ezekiel 2 and 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord. Verse 5. And they...
I just showed you that the Lord sent forth his prophets to us. The Lord said that our people are stiff-necked, hard-headed, and rebellious. But the Lord still sent us out there to them. That's how the Most High's work, man.
I just kind of love that because you gotta, how the Apostle Gabar said, you gotta picture what you're reading. So all brothers, I think they know when you got a stiff neck, like it's hard for you to move your shit. That's literally how fucking Israel is. We're trying to tell them some shit like, look, that's the way. And they're like, what do you mean? That's the way.
Hey, even trying to pull up to the water, you know, you can pull up to the water, you can't make them drink it, man. You know, and really, like I said, you know, everybody got to play a part in these scriptures, man. And really, it's just a process of elimination, man, so to speak, man. So these guys are stiff-hearted. They're part of the 2/3, man. So we still doing our job, man. You know? You think that's my brother?
Nah, I got
And
one
real
more.
quick too, because at the same time it still says they have no cloak for their sins, man. So you know they can't say that the Lord destroyed them without knowing, man, because we was out here, you know.
Verse 5, it says, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house.
Hey, whether they hear or whether they forbear, whether they don't hear, they're a rebellious house. You still got to teach the word, because guess what? The Lord has the elect out there, man. And when the elect hear his word behind them, they walk in it, man. You know? They walk in it. Because the Most High controls the time. He controls the season. He controls the spiritual birth of a brother, waking up to the truth. Some things a brother got to go through life first, and then when that time is right, the Most High have you what? Come into what? The truth, man. You know, it's just how it is, man.
Hey, the Lord gotta humble certain brothers, man. You know, for him to see the truth, man. You know, you gotta put that brother in the lowest state, man. You know, I mean, all brothers have their testimony, man, of what they went through, man, to get to this point that we're at now, man. You know, and it's just more of just to keep going, man, and not to stop, man. You know, Lord willing that we brothers here, man, we all make it, man. You know, and we just keep on doing this work. But I got some words of the Most High right here, right? This is Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 23. Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, saith Yahawah power, and not that he should return from his ways and live? When the righteous turn away from his righteousness and commit iniquity and do according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? All his righteousness that he had done shall not be mentioned, and his trespass that he trespassed, and in his sin that he hath sinned, and them shall he die. Right? It says, right? But yet ye say, the people say, the way of the Lord is not equal. You know, and that's what these people talk about with the Lord, man. We'll tell the Lord of the stern judgment that's coming, not to listen to the lies that's in the church. They say the way of the Lord is not equal. Right? He says, hear ye now, O house of Israel.
And they saying that now.
Yeah.
Malone is saying that we're not equal.
Right.
We're not lightening up. Well, why we can't bend a little bit? Why we can't just say, okay, y'all cool? You know?
Yeah.
You know, he keep fighting against a brick wall. You know, a wall that you can't break.
Because he keeps running into it, backing off, running back into it, backing off, and running back into it. He still loses.
Crash dummy, man.
That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome.
Yeah, right here, right. This is the epitome of this script. This scripture right here is the chief cornerstone of righteousness right here, man. This is Ezekiel 18:25. Yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, is not my way equal, and not your ways unequal. That's heavy right there, man. That's heavy, you know, because the Lord always deals with balance, man. You know. Okay, so now who are you to say that the Lord is unfair or unequal, man, when we read the scriptures, man? You know, you see, because you're trained up from that plantation Christianity, man. That's essentially what it is, man. This is why people can run all over you. They can come in your neighborhood and do whatever the hell they want to do. Okay, they bow down and so we can go over. Every time I hear that scripture, I just picture a big thing of mud. And you got to get to the other side, and it's telling you to lay down, face down, so you can walk over you to get to the other side, man. You know, and that's something what it is.
Just to add on to you, the same way, if Israel, if 2/3 had any type of faith in the Lord, the shit that Esau was doing to you wouldn't have done. He couldn't be able to do it. He couldn't bring evil to you if you had the Lord with you. If you believed in the Lord, you would have been humble. You know, and the Lord come and fight and get defense. So you rebellion against the Lord and his ways, well, guess what? Your ways is unequal, because now Esau can run right over you, man. You know, scriptures tell us in what's that, Sirach? It tells you that never trust our enemy, for like if iron rust, so if it's wickedness, man. But Jake wanna love. They wanna love. Jake got all this compassion toward the other nations, but ain't got a lick of compassion to their own people. You know?
The precept.
That's amazing, man.
This is Proverbs 17:4. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue. Whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished.
Damn, that's Esau all day, man. Man, that's 2/3 of our people, man. They love to hear lies, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna continue this. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. So let alone you want to be told lies, but you also can't stand when a man of the Lord is speaking of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. You want them out of your sight, man. And that's why they go in, that's why a lot of these 2/3, a lot of you, you know, you're under the curses, man, which is the curse that they put up at the time of Yahawashi being crucified or being judged at the time when they said, let this curse be upon us. A lot of you are killers of the prophets, man. Right? You got blood on your hand for killing the prophet in the past, man. You know?
The 2nd Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15. And the Lord Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending.
What's wrong with the Lord having messengers? Now all of a sudden the Lord can't have messengers. He can't have nobody as a mediator between him and you. He can't enlighten a man to come out and teach the truth and teach the scriptures. You know, say what the Bible say. We're not speaking of ourselves. We're not speaking of our own opinion. We're bringing out scripture. We back things up through the scriptures, man. You know?
Can I say one thing about BaHaSham? This place has been diminished to where no accountability, you know? So now, when you look at how E has morphed all of these customs that we take on, or the 2/3 take on, when you essentially, man, they give Santa Claus more reverence than do the Lord, man. Because when you think about that song, you better not pout, telling you what, you know what I'm saying? He knows when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, he knows when you be bad or good. So now, you take that into the account and sing about it, but you don't want to sing about the righteousness of the Lord, man, of how he's judging on your ways, man. Okay? You don't judge on the way of the Lord, of you being bad or good. You see?
Yeah, if they only understood the scriptures and you read certain accounts, the Lord delivered us. He delivered us from the hands of these heathens, man. He got us out of situations. He got us out of captivity. Just like he put us back into captivity. But the Lord is there. The Lord is with brothers, man. See, we can see, man. You know, the Lord gave brothers a spirit with eyes to see and ears to hear. Unlike the 2/3, man. And brothers have faith because brothers in the knowing, man. Being in the knowing and know, man, it's good to be enlightened, man. Enlightened in the spirit of Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi. To have your faith on high. You know that Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi is real. We know that the Heavenly Father rule in the kingdom of men. We know that. We know he asserts authority over the demons, man. We know that he delivers these accounts are real, man. Matter of fact, we also call witnesses, man. We're witnesses, man. And that's why he told us to put us to death. Because we witnessed of Yahawashi words, man. Some of us brothers were back there seeing the miracles right before our eyes when Yahawashi did it. Some brothers was walking with Yahawashi, seeing Yahawashi, saluted and gave him a kiss, man, and was blessed, man. You know?
You know, so that martyr, you know, we're martyr, witness and a record. So that's another word for martyr, witness or a record. So you know, you have martyrs back then, you have martyrs now.
Right, man.
Precept that you mentioned, if our people only knew, this is on Luke chapter 9, verse 41. And when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it, saying, if thou hast known, even thou, at least in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace, but now they are hid from thine eyes.
Hey, then that's talking about Jerusalem, man. You know? And he knew that when he was going into Jerusalem, man, he was going to catch that hell, man. You know? Because that was the people that actually put him to death, man. You know?
I got a precept real quick. This is Sirach chapter 16 and verse 11. And if there be one stiff neck among the people, it is a marvel if he escape unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him, he is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. And that's going to what the brother had read about. You know, our people look for you know, unequality. Well, here it is, the Most High is equal. And I was also watching the guy, Dr. Claude Anderson, and the one thing I got out of it is every time he answered Charlemagne's question, he would say, you don't have a snowball's chance. You know what I'm saying? But Charlemagne asked, okay, well, how can we, you know, at least get a little bit of come up? And he was saying, well, according to the wealth chart or whatever, it's only like really 13% of I believe like America's total wealth or whatever, that's really like for you, but everything else you really shot. Yeah. So you really, you know what I'm saying, you trying to play ball with, you know, with Esau for fucking 13%, you know, when here it is, the Most High is willing to give you planets, you know.
Hey, and that whole conversation, it has said some things, you know, little wisdom of this world, man. But really, man, this is dead end, man.
Yeah.
It's dead end.
Yeah,
Everything that you talk about is a damn dead end, man.
Right.
You know, Charlie, you try, these guys trying to come up around the wall,
right.
trying to go around the wall, trying to dig down, trying to find some way they could be in league with E to try to come up or try to. And like I said, you got these guys that's trying to be sovereign with E's money, man. You know. You don't have your own damn money, man. You trying to be sovereign, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? Okay? Like I said, though, when the Lord makes his return, man, this place cannot stand, man. The people, this is what people don't understand. People don't understand what's going to happen. They don't even think about the ruling governments that are in place, that they have to be a transfer of power. They don't understand that, man. You know? You see? And now this guy on there, you know, it's just a dead end, man. You know? That he was basically there. He should have been through the spirit. He really was a bearer of bad news. Now he's just giving them a little bit of eyesight to see the wisdom of this world. That there's no way that you're getting around nothing, man. You know, you're royally fucked.
That's plain.
So to speak. Right. When I was looking at that video of Charlemagne and what's his name, DJ Envy. They couldn't really get nothing out. Meaning they could get information out of him, but the information was a dead end.
Right.
Because he basically told them, you know, it's no hope for you. He said this year, if you don't do nothing, that's it. You're done. You're finished. You know? And what Charlemagne and DJ Envy like to do is they're part of this world, this society. They love to grab what these certain celebrities come up there with that information and put it into their life. But they ain't probably getting nothing from him because he's speaking on things that they can't do nothing about. And that's why the Lord told us to speak this word, because the Lord is going to do something about it, man. You know, the Lord is going to come back and crack those clouds and put you devils out your misery, man. Not us, you know. We're just out here teaching. We're teachers, man. We're teaching till the Lord come, man. You know, that's it, man.
Hey, the scriptures say, man, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. So when you look at these guys on these radio jockeys, man, these guys make some upwards of $800,000 to over $1 million, man, a year, man. You know, as being on the face of radio, man, the voice of radio. You know, so they're not really they're just trying to get on the above level with the people that they're amongst, you know, or people that's above them, you know, because it's a jockeying of who got this, who got that, or who's over, who got information of the ways of this world, man, to get on that other next level, man, to make more money. You see, to be these trying to be these so-called entrepreneurs or trying to get some generational wealth. You know, that's all they're concerned with, man. You know, these guys don't have a spiritual bone in their body, man. You know, and it's going to be destroyed, man.
That's Luke chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus which laid at his gate full of sores and desired to be fed with the crumbs which fell from off the rich man's table.
Hey, if I could add too, hey, the spirit is like telling me like when Yahawashi healed Lazarus was dead for 4 fucking days, man. So he should have really been out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? There was no way he was coming back, just like I always state, man. Like there's no way he coming back out of this. But the Lord, hey, he healed him, man. You know? So that's spiritual too. Yeah. They was laughing. They was laughing at Yahawashi like, there's no way you bring this man back. But it was nothing to Yahawashi.
That's crazy. It says, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. See, so that's, you know, this is pretty much going to us, man. Our people just want the crumbs from Esau, man. You know? I forgot who said it. He said, it's so easy to become a millionaire, you know, in this year, man. You know, 2019 is easy to become a millionaire. Some celebrity, man. You know? But pretty much, look, a millionaire ain't shit, man. Okay? Especially in this day and age, it's enough to get you a nice house and that's it. But you still got to pay your taxes, man. Our people just want to get the little bit offering that Esau has to offer, man. Like the brother said, we about to get planets, man, Lord willing, man.
Real resources. Because that's what it is that Esau don't care if you have a little bit of money, millionaire, or thousandaire and all that. That ain't nothing. You don't own nothing. None of these rappers bullshit. As soon as you start trying to own something, they kill you, man. Because now you're going against their empire and they can't have you in there amongst them, man. It's not right. This is their time to rule. And this is why you can't do it. And so most Jake, when they try to keep knocking on that door and then they got it, Esau check their ass, they leave it alone. And they just enjoy themselves and they little crumbs that they got, and they spit out these dumb false philosophies to the other. Work hard, you would get the hell out of here, man. You know, it's all about who you know, man. You know?
And a lot of the times that you said before, it's not for every case, but for the majority of the times, you gotta sell out and do something wicked. You gotta do, something against your moral principle to get all this vast sum of money, which is just the crumbs off of Esau's table, man.
Right.
You know?
It's and it came to pass, it's like verse 21, in desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked their swords. So to make it even worse, man. The dogs represent you heathens, man. All right, coming and licking our swords when you get rich off of us. Okay, in different bullshit group restaurants, man. All right, massage parlors, nail salons. East Indian hair shops. All right, we're the #1 spenders, man. Okay, so-called Negroes, and that's how we get y'all rich, man. You get all this, accumulate all this money, especially the Moabites, man. They got the buffets, nail salons, right? Little massage prostitution spots, and they take all that money and they build up their country with it, man. Right? That's why they came over here for it, man. Okay, but guess what? Their fucking greed is gonna get them caught up, man. Because now when all hell breaks loose and they try and rush to the airports to try and hightail it out of it, it's gonna be too late, man. Oh, matter of fact, because real quick, season 8 of American Horror Story, yup, it shows you little clips of that, man. It is everybody. They try to get on the private jets. Like, oh, fuck that, man. You try to run towards and shit. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine that at the airports, man. Think they not gonna get on the plane because they don't got a ticket? Man, fuck a ticket, man. Everybody's gonna try and get on that plane. So guess what? Your greed is gonna get you fucking heathens caught up in the end, man. You have Ishmaelites and Elamites taking over the bodegas and the corner stores. Treating our people like shit. And we still spending our money there every fucking day. You jack up the damn prices, man. Right? Because Jake be wicked as hell. They get the munchies and shit. So they don't care what the price is. They're gonna buy the shit anyway, man. But then you turn around and treat them like shit, man. That's representing the dogs licking our swords, man.
So like you mentioned how basically all the wickedness of these heathens is going to come back onto them. You've seen that in Cali right now because the bubonic plague and shit is coming back because of all the homeless. So you got Beverly Hills super rich and all the gentrification that you caused, but the homeless eating out of garbage cans is causing rats and shit that rich Edomites are getting sick. So it shows that the corruption of the society is just going to come back on your ass.
Mm-hmm. And California has the largest concentration of homelessness. And really, people go to Skid Row, man. That's like a tourist attraction, man. It's so famous that it's a bunch of rows of homeless people, man. It's a district that's in LA, man, and it's called Skid Row, man.
They live in those casinos too.
Yeah. And going back on the brother about how these nations come up above us, I had one heathen say to me that he said when they come here to America, it's so easy to get a business started. He said, but it's also easy to lose it. So it just goes to show you the point is, man, that they come here and they're able to get easy access to it, man, and that get it started, man.
And also too, you make me think of like these guys we mentioned, Dr. Claude Anderson, what's the other dude, Dr. Umar. These guys got knowledge, to the point where they should see a lot clearer than other men. And they should be in the truth. They should be like, yo, you know what? That's the truth. I see what's going on now. But the Lord is dealing with men who they think not to be the living, man. Men like us, men like the apostles, man. Men like the brothers around the corner That's why the Lord shows his power through the weak, man. You know? He shows his power through the weak. They got money going on gyms. All that shit. Those ain't dealing with them. You know? They go on TV or interviews, things like that. And them guys, it's like, y'all see the prophets. And that's the shit that was pissing me off last week. There was so many videos, and I know it's been spirit. So many videos I kept watching of different YouTubers or, you know, different, underground news sites, whatever. It's like y'all act like y'all don't see us, man. Act like they don't hear this gospel, man. They got AMTV talking about some Nephilim and the fallen angels. Man, you see who we are. You know, you listen, their brother said he an Israelite. Brother from San Francisco, in the chat. He said he was an Israelite, but you see the gospel. You Edomites thoroughly research and you listen to what is going on. You give a diligent search. You know that what we're speaking about is true, but we understand that you can't make mention because you're trying to make a lot of money. You know, you don't want to say nothing on the Hebrews or anything related because why? We already blacklisted, man. Okay? And it's like you're gonna lose that market of money you got coming in if you start trying to speak some truth and relating to what the truth is. Let me just say it like it is, man. The truth is the Bible, man. You know, we're just messengers to bring forth the truth to you. Yahawah, BaHaSham. But that shit was pissing me off because it's like him, there was another guy I was watching, another guy. I said, why these guys acting like, because now, you know, Trump is now what, the space, you got the spaceship now, the Space Force now, and also too, you know, also they want to push the agenda of, the device they have Project Blue Team, push the agenda of aliens, but also too, Yahawashi is that. So it's like now we have to really thoroughly understand the word. The Lord got to deal with you to know whether it's Esau or it's the Lord, because that's what they're planning on doing. Now they released, remember last year they released documents that so-called UFOs are real. What's happening? What's going on? You know, and part of their agenda is to stage some fake alien type of attack, but we know Yahawashi is coming. So these guys running with their agenda, that's like you know all of them kind of paid off because it's like you hear the scripture, you see the videos, y'all see these videos, but y'all ignore it. Y'all act like we're not telling the truth. You know?
I got something for that. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 26. For you see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
See? Not many noble, not many wise men. Men that go before the camera, go before the TV shows, you know, movies. They're not called in this truth. The Lord not dealing with them, man. You know? They received their consolation on this side, man. Their crumbs, man. You know, and they're gonna die with their crumbs. Because the scriptures tell you in Isaiah 13, they that are joint unto them shall be what? Thrust through, man. You know, you're in the lead with these devils are pushing their agenda. You don't mind lying a little bit. You know, these celebrities act like they're not role models or they carry some type of vibration to lead people on. You know, a lot of these stupid rappers that say I'm not a role model. Yes, you are. Whether you wanted to be or not, you're leading people on unto a certain way, man. You know, and that's your responsibility. And well, it sucks then if you didn't want to. You wanted that money. You sold your soul. Whatever the case is, you chose that lifestyle. You got blood on your head. You're a role model. You're leading people on, and you are in charge of that, man. You know.
In case of just the rappers, what do Jake want to live like? You see, everybody want to live like a fucking rapper because that's what you see. Right. Even you got basketball and football players want to live like rappers and shit because what? That's what they see, man. Other than that, if you're just like a regular sports person and you just play basketball, you're like, you're supposed to live like normal, but that influence is heavily there, man. You know what I'm saying? Influence is heavily there. And even if Esau was to give Jake an opportunity to say, all right, I'm going to give you this, Jake still gonna fuck this shit up anyway, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake always got that crab in the bucket mentality. You see one Jake that actually seems like he's doing something good or get somewhere, you're gonna have some left wing ass nigga come at him and try to attack him and try to take his spot down, man. Where he possibly try to do something. If we did stand a chance, you know what I'm saying, within the society. They can't do nothing, man. And you see it all day long. If it's social media or like when you look on you know, like those videos like with Dr. Qadash and see people. Cause we always read the comments because you get so much edification when you read comments and shit. And you can understand what a mind of people is actually at and shit. We see people saying, well, we need to do this, well, what the fuck do we need to do then? Ain't none of you niggas got the answers. We've been arguing about this shit for how many fucking decades? If this shit ain't happening by now, it's not gonna happen, man. Period.
Hey, I'm laughing at the part when you say crabs in the bucket, man. In that movie, I'm gonna jump the down that nigga.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but essentially, man, yeah, just like the brother was saying.
I don't like that shit.
Brother was talking about how these guys like AMTV and all these other guys are talking and don't see us though. They really don't see it because when you're watching these UFO videos, I have to look at the comments, man. And these people don't know what the hell is going on, man. What they seeing. They don't understand what's going on, man. They got their own mind made up, all right? And really, the seed was planted from when they was like 10, 11 years old, growing up. How Esau always tried to instill that whole thing with aliens and green people, and they really they cover that same mentality, man. You know, they're a little older now, but they try to reason with it, but it's like, you know, they know something ain't right, but they still make light of it. You see what I'm saying? You know, but that's the curse that's gonna go forth on their earth, man. You know, but just like the brother was saying, man, but these people don't have it, man. You know, these people in front of TV that got these platforms, man. They don't know what the hell's going on, man. You know, you see, and then you have these actors, man, and when you hear them on TV talking about their life story and how they started out. Oh, I came to California with $36 in my pocket. You know all that shit, though, man. So now when they get to a certain level, man, there's no way to try to get that shit up, man. So they're gonna go with whatever Esau want. They're gonna be with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if they have a God-given talent, man, and they gotta demoralize themselves to Esau, man, to keep those riches with their talent that they have, they'll do it. You see? That's how of a low level, and really the entertainers, man, are the lowest level of people, man. Yeah. They're the lowest level of people, man. The behind the scenes of how they get down, you know. You see?
Hey, real quick on too, because that dude on Baby, he probably didn't sell out. Just want to say that because all the hell he catch. He got locked up like twice in like 2 weeks, man. They probably weren't, getting hot. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of fans. It's time for you to come and do what you gotta do, man. He seemed like a Grammy nigga, he don't really care. So he probably not. That's why they on his ass, man. But real quick, right? Real quick, Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
If I could build on that right quick, because I seen a video with Crazy Bone, one of the members of Bone Thugs. He said the point of the music industry is to land our people in jail. I'm saying that's why you got a lot of drug dealing within the music. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the female artists, all they rap about is pussy popping and how they setting the nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Because all of that is doing is demoralizing our people. You know what I'm saying? Well, who are the gatekeepers? These Edomites, man. You know what I'm saying? Really, they hold the gate, but they set up our people as the gatekeepers. You know, they put them as judges, as an American Idol, and things like that. Those are nothing but gatekeepers allowing, you know what I'm saying, the next generation of people to come in, you know, or not, you know. But it's a matter of, are they going to get what you want, you know? Salaki, and I'm going to add real quick, too, Young Jeezy, you know what I'm saying, 05, you know what I'm saying, trapping ain't dead, niggas are scared, you know what I'm saying, situations like that. Here it is, promoting drug dealing, then his music, but here it is, he had his son going to college, you know? So it's like, that's how all of these entertainers go.
He destroyed neighborhoods, he destroyed ghettos with that philosophy of dope boy, and his son went to college.
It's really all about themselves, man. All about everybody, they all out for themselves, man. It's like the brother was saying, crabs in the bucket, man. You know? Okay? He has to do whatever he has to do, man, to provide for his family, man. So that's what happened, man. So he wants to integrate his child in Esau's institutions, man. That's what he did, man. That's what a lot of these people do, man.
So that music, like, music be entertaining, but that shit do be fucking destructive. Because speaking about young Jeezy, this nigga had a song where it's kind of like something like a robot, like kind of mantra. It's like, now I command you niggas to get money. Now I command you niggas to get money. Hypnotize you or hypnotize. That shit had you hypnotized, man. That shit is death music, man. For real, yo.
Hey, I got something real quick. This is Mark chapter 8 and 34. And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You try to lose your life, man. Lose your life for Yahawashi and the gospel's sake, so that you will have a life. They don't understand that. They think by giving up this life, which is this world they live in society, and they can't make the money, they can't be wicked, and they feel like they just good for nothing, they're just gonna die. Well, guess what? Scripture say, give thy body as a living sacrifice. If we give, the spirit and power of the Lord, be able to give our life up, to Yahawashi and the gospel, the Lord will deliver our life, man, from this wicked world, man. And I was to say this a long time ago. Here it is, in school, your teacher called, you got the kids in the back, and then you got kids in the front, all in the classroom, and the teacher always ends up, when she asks the question, always asks the people all in the back, because it's like they're hiding. But you can actually be disguised in plain sight, and she sat in the front, because she right there, so she overlooking you anyway, but if you wanted to hide, you over here like, this is that on and left, you know what I'm saying? So really hiding in plain sight, we out here on the street, up front and close, man, giving our body as a living sacrifice. Our faces are being seen. We're targeted by Esau because we out here teaching this word, man. But then you got guys that are hiding, for what? When you got Yahawashi now shines, I'll protect you. What does it say?
That's what Simon said. He prepares the table, before them. It's like a round table right now, man. And his word is the bread. Real quick, right? So Ron chapter 13, verses 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use it. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake it. See? So it's no point in selling your soul, man. The devil, man, you're gonna get bit, man. Here, that's what happened with freaking Nicki Minaj, man. She was hot, but somebody caught her on camp, Cardi B. So now Nicki Minaj had to take the back seat, man. See, so she sold her soul for naught, man. Because that's what happens when you dealing with Satan, man. So now, you're gonna come at that shit, man, last with the tip as well, man. You did all this damn wickedness for nothing, man. The Federal Reserve note. That's another thing, man. When you're a millionaire, you're only a millionaire of Federal Reserve notes, man. All right, of fiat money. You don't even really have gold. You just have notes.
Also, too, these rappers, this guy was bringing it out. Certain rappers that this thing where they like to carry all their money and be like rats and stats and all that. In order for them to even have that amount of money in their possession, Federal Reserve notes in their possession, they have to get permission. They can't just go to the bank and just take it out. They have to get permission in order for them to have that amount of money all at once. And they be faking it, put the camera on, nigga, what you talking about? All that shit. But you had to get permission, which is supposed to be your money. Since you work for it, you signed the contract. And that's the way Esau controls these donkeys, man. Because they all foolish, man.
Hey, they got those videos out. 10 rappers that you didn't know was broke, that we're broke.
I see that.
Exactly, hey man, we got that world mentality, man, but these guys are just outlandish, man, what they were doing, man. Biggest shit, man. Like, damn, like.
That's why I like that video back in the day with the Roots. What they do.
Yeah.
I'm saying they showed you how Jake be perpetrating. Here it is. Thinking champagne or pressed down, put his apple juice, shit like that. Jake be, they be capping. Yeah, they be
cat.
Oh yeah, we'll that show MTV Crib.
Crib,
I
right.
think
Oh,
the
yeah.
one that was really his house was Redman.
Your doorbell was broke and all that.
Yo, and I know exactly where that's at, man. That's just like it's really like a little townhouse development, man. And it was like a mediocre townhouse development, man. But at the time, it was brand new. It was only a few years old, though, man. But he wasn't keeping up with the shit, though, man. So that's why his shit looked like he didn't give a fuck. I'm saying he came from the out here from the bricks, man. So and that was
Come on.
put it like that, man. You know.
Yeah, there was a comedian. That said, you know, you in a club popping champagne, that don't really mean shit. If you're really rich, go in a club and spill out oil everywhere, man. All right, because even oil is a real resource, man. Okay, oil is worth more than some goddamn champagne, man. If you can waste oil in America's an oil-based economy, man, then you really showing something, man.
Hey, they got their thing now. Out there on social media like that. But I caught a glimpse of 50 Cent and French Montana going at it, and he trying to expose him about him buying a Bugatti, old Bugatti, and making payments on it, man. You know. Come on, who does that, man? You know what I'm saying? Who does that, man? That's over $1.2 million for that car, man. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna see him and make payments on it, man.
How much for this time?
Luke 6:24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Yeah, it's showing that also even these celebrities that sold their soul, they're still under the curses. They're still jig, they're still under debt, they're still under broke. You can't escape. So even if you sold your soul, it belongs to the Lord.
These people think that they're in the kingdom, but you're not in the kingdom. Your riches is gonna run out. See, when we're in the kingdom, we're gonna have eternal riches, man. It's never gonna run out, man. It's gonna be beautiful. But here you're trying to flex like you're in your kingdom. The riches are gonna run out, man. Then you're gonna be made a damn shame, man.
Hey, when the Lord come back, man, woo, you know, a lot of men, 2/3, shame of the way that you acted in this earth in the flesh. Real quick, I'm gonna finish it real quick. This is Mark chapter 8 and 36. For what shall it profit a man? So what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Because Yahawashi is coming back, man. They can make mockery all they want and say the Lord, you know, they tried to put banners up, posters up in LA, trying to stage some more propaganda bullshit for the so-called Jews being attacked, saying Yahawashi, he's coming. Yeah, he is coming back. You know, he is coming back. You know?
That just show you the mental state of where our people's in. They making memes and making jokes about World War III, man. You know, here it is. Jacob just always is looking for a good time. You know what I'm saying? They always looking for laughter. You know what I'm saying? But when it goes get tough, when they don't take that draft, then who's gonna be laughing in that time?
That's right.
Oh yeah, I got that order.
Yeah, the brother actually information on that draft, man. It's gonna be a draft. Hey, with Joel 2:20, man, these little things shall come up. Hey, I can see it, man. I mean, but Lord do what he do, but this was just hypothetically, you know, fulfilling that prophecy, Esau gonna lose a lot of soldiers, man. You know, and then what? They're gonna win a draft, man.
Right.
And all of you individual top scorers on Call of Duty.
That's right. Dope weed smoking niggas that live in your mother's basement, playing PlayStation all night. You know, you won't be shooting. You won't be get shooting in the booty, man. And go out there, man. I can't wait, man. I want to see you get groupie niggas out here to go to war, man. You know, find something to do. So that's real constructive, man.
Fortnite niggas too. That niggas gonna be jumping too. And matter of fact, here it is. In order for Trump,
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a prime example, walking right past.
you know, in order for Trump to create a space force, he had to take 16,000 people from the Air Force. So now there's a 16,000 man void, in the Air Force, man. And guess what? Already at a time when the American military was at its all-time low. That's why it's accepted transgenders. That's why it's even accepted women. So how the fuck you gonna make up for 16,000 men? You're gonna have to bring the job back, man. You're gonna have no choice, man. That shit is coming back. And even that's even prophecy, man. And the Apocrypha it says that the virgins shall mourn having no husbands, man. Why they not got no husbands? Because their asses is gonna be out east, okay? Or their asses is gonna be in jail for not going to fight for America, man. And that's why a man of war is gonna be more precious than fine gold, man. And you niggas better wake the fuck up, man. And that's going into Isaiah 39 again. You know, prophesy unto me smooth days. And that's why they're making these different memes to joke around, you know, because they don't want to have to deal with that real deal shit. So they laughing and stop from crying, man. But guess what? That shit is coming, man. And you're going to have to deal with it, man. And guess what? You ain't going to be able to deal with it. Your ass going to get put to fucking death, man.
That's right. Bring it up. All right. This is the executive order 13603. The author was Barack Obama. Established March. Y'all. That's how much you're doing for y'all. March 16, 2012. This was established. It says the Executive Order 13603 is the National Defense Resources Preparedness Executive Order. Is an order of the President of the United States signed by President Barack Obama on March 16, 2012. The purpose of this executive order is to delegate authority and address national defense resource policies and programs under the Defense Production Act of 1950. And that this shit goes way back. Them having their agenda and preparing certain unrighteous decrees for in a time of need. Y'all expendable, right? For the Defense Production Act of 1950, Executive Order 13603 provides the framework and authority for the allocation or appropriation of resources, materials, and services to promote national defense. So when Bush comes to shove and they need you, you're going. It's in law. It's in, or if not, you get locked up. You know how they did Muhammad Ali.
Hey, you know, it is.
It's gonna be a concentration camp. It ain't gonna be jail. It's gonna be a concentration camp.
Here it is. You got to deal with China. You can't even fuck with China alone. They got a 2 billion man army. If something happens to the first billion, they got 1 million on reserve. See what I'm saying? 2 million group, man. And now here it is. They're gonna team up with Russia and Iran. And you know Iran hates you. Well, you know Iran hates you, motherfucker. So when they fight with passion, man. When you fighting the Iranians, you fighting because that's orders. When the Iranians are fighting you, they fighting because they literally fucking hate you, bro. They literally hate you, so you niggas is done. So you're gonna have to get drafted, man. That's the fact that it's coming. One day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna get a letter in the mail, it's gonna say important, you're gonna open that shit up, and that shit gonna say, please report to your nearest base, man, with the address on that shit. If you don't show up in 30 days, they're gonna come for you.
Yeah, they're gonna come with you, man. MPs, man.
That's what make those other nations that much more dangerous, because like you said, that common hatred that they all have for America. So that hatred is like burning within their blood to hate America. But you got these fresh young soldiers coming from over here, all green-eyed. They don't know nothing about war. They just coming out of school some damn way, man. So they sensitive about shit. Like I seen like some lady, she had posted up her son like, yeah, look at my Marine, and he looks soft as butter, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling like, yo, this nigga get into some shit, man. His ass out of here, man. He love his life too much, man. Like, if you preparing yourself for war like that, you better be prepared to die. You need to have that fire in your eyes, man.
And it's something I think really sucks. I think for actually being on, man, because these guys are from they ain't built for them. They ain't built for that, man. Not to come up against these Russians, man. Like I said, so all you patriots. You know, the gun-toting patriots that want to defend this country, you'll go out there and fight for them, man. You coon-ass jakes that want to defend Esau to the death, come up against us with this truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're going to be the first ones to go, man. The Lord is perfect with how to eliminate people, man. Okay?
I got something real quick. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth.
Hey, and that's what when you go into when Trump had killed this guy was Soleimani. Another role he had was he was basically like a like he was working with the different Arab nations and shit like that. So basically, when they lost him, like a lot of people lost some when they lost that dude, man. You know, and then he was saying it was something to where they all gonna come together, even Saudi Arabia. It was like came out like a year ago or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen what's the minister of Syria or something. He might say that was a cowardly move.
Outside.
Yeah, that was a cowardly move. Let me finish. It says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth.
If I could add too, because that's where America has a stronghold in Saudi Arabia. You got Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Israel. That's basically only where Esau has their stronghold over there. You know.
It says,
Real quick too. That's why we say, you know, Trump is our guy, man. You know, he's doing a great job, man. Matter of fact, when the
What's going on, Fat?
Chop that clip off and bring it back on you.
They declare war. Ain't no election.
So here it is, man. Matter of fact, when that so-called Iranian-backed Iraqi militia group was fucking with the embassy, man, United States embassy, Trump tweeted like, yo, kill one of the contractors. Trump tweeted, man, said, look, this shit ain't gonna go unpunished, man. And then the next fucking day, that's when he sent that strike out, man. And he flexed on me, man.
the thing about it, when they killed him with a drone. Like his power. Killed him with a drone. That's what they do heavily over there. But their military, their technology, their drones go through the Scorpio, and then they got the target. Boom! Eliminate the target by drone, man. You know?
Hey, but for them to actually win this war, man, they're gonna have to get boots on the ground, man, get down and dirty, man. You know? And I keep on saying it, man, the F-35 that they're using out there, man, has been compromised, man. You know, because all of the other nations have the S-400, man, defense missile system, man, that has the goods on that aircraft, man. You know, which means that it has an analyzed technology of the F-35 fighter jet. So they can't really fly it, man. It's impossible for them to fly it in successful missions, you know, because it will be easily shot down.
It says that all day. Let me read it again.
Oh.
It says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth.
Yes. So
That all they which fear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild bulls of the wood. You know, and the Carmanians was what city in Iran? You know, which we know he's talking about who? Iranians today. You know, Elam. Right. Version. It says, go forth. It says, as also the Carmanian raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild bull of the wood. And the great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. You know, the modern day Assyrians is America.
And you have people trying to scoff at Iran, saying that they ain't shit and their military might is nothing, but they don't know that there's a package deal. Not only are they equipped for war, that comes with Russia and China, and none of those armies got fucking gender confused soldiers like America does. Because we got a bunch of motherfuckers that's, you know, soft or sweet, and then now you're going up against people that are bred for war. This army can't stand a chance.
Real quick, I mean, they've had times, but like specifically, I remember I think it was around like 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Those three countries, Iran, China, and Russia, they made the Eurasian Triple Alliance. You know what I'm saying? And that was to try to keep America from taking like the old spots and getting the underground and all that type of stuff. So they signed that deal with one another.
We finish this last verse. It says, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to persecute them.
So you mentioned Iran comes with a package deal, right? This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against God and the hand of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, and horses, and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, and great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
And like the brother said, none of them are going to be gender confused.
Because the brother mentioned the U.S. Army lowered their standards. They not only do they allow homosexuals in there, but they allow women. They allow overweight people that can't complete the
Physical requirements.
The physical task, the physical training course that is mandatory beforehand for a soldier to become a soldier. You got to be able to do certain shit, maneuver,
That's real clear. That's why you always got commercials, man. Now talking about coming out joining the Marines.
They overhead door. You check out the police cars on the side of the back window. They got hiring. Come be a police officer hiring. And they got it on the police cars. Like I guess, look, they ain't got no police.
Going back to their policies, biting them in the ass, because this whole equality shit and making women as men, like women are not warriors. Actually, the reason that women could even hit those high-pitched notes is for them to scream for help, scream whether they get raped, scream in a time of war. So imagine a woman, it's just in her nature that once she sees her captain or a soldier next to her, got his brain blown out, she's just gonna collapse. She's just gonna get into fetal position. It's just in her.
And another thing too is a spiritual thing being a man, because a man has the instinct to react in a certain logic way. A woman instinct is panic. She's emotional. She can't help it. Look, she acts a certain way. Even if she's straight, she don't stay on task and be what you call it, a reaction be on point. And that's I'm glad you said that, because every movie that's coming out with some type of action, they got the woman in front, uplifting women as if they was warriors. Ain't no woman was no warrior.
That Black and Blue movie, that police movie that came out with, is that Jake woman, she's over there busting up niggas and cops and fucking all them up like she's G.I. Jane or something.
The Terminator, now the protagonist is a woman.
A lot of these women as well, they're not as ruthless as men. They would have, some sort of mercy. Say somebody, was in a position like, please don't kill me. A lot of women will have mercy upon them. So that's when she turn around, that's her ass, man. And that's why the Lord, uses men to go to war, man. And that's why the Lord also says he's going to put his anger within us. A lot of these niggas out here is going to be begging us, mercy for women, please take us in. Because they're going to see that the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with us, and feeding us to that day. They're going to want us to take it, man. But guess what? We ain't going to say, look, such is off the death unto death, such is off the sword unto the sword.
And don't be surprised, man. You see a military woman, she getting blessed. Another military blessing of it, taking her down, and then turn around and humiliate her by raping her. And she's supposed to be in the military. She's supposed to be well trained. I can see another soldier taking her out, and before he finally do, he turn around and humiliate her ass, man. Show her who the real boss is. That's what they have in place in war, man.
A lot of them already get raped as it is in America, man. Some of them even get better disability because of that, man. They literally rape them all night, all morning, then when they come out, they report it, and America will throw them funds, man.
Hey man, the only type of women that go to the military are sluts. A lot of them are sluts. They're on whores in high school. That's it. And now that's what they're doing, man. I know a couple of them bitches like that, man.
Yeah, I got a precept. It's 2nd Ezra 16 and 33. The verse 32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travail therethrough. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers.
So that means there's going to be a lot of women. And that's just making this only right. Because the elect is going, what's that, Isaiah 4:1? 7 women shall be equal to 1 man. And that 7 represents completion. There's going to be a lot of women, man. To take in.
And it says,
Hey, don't get it twisted. There's gonna be a lot of women getting destroyed too. That's why the Lord is the master, man, because you can't calculate how you calculate. Sometimes you can't understand how you gonna do it. You just know certain things is gonna happen. You know, you just know like that gotta happen because they're wicked. You know, it's like we could never really like calculate how the Lord is just gonna do every little bit and pieces, man. Most High is everything numbered, measured, all things precise. It's like Lord is bad, man. All praises to Yahawah,
Yahawashi. It goes on to say, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. No. Yeah, I was gonna say, just to, like you said, like the Lord does things to where the ones who you persecute and the ones who you demonizing, you're gonna have to go to them for help, you know. And the ones who you go to persecute us, they're gonna be the ones that fuck you up, you know. That's gonna be the balance of it all, man. You going to Esau for help, you know, the same man that you help persecute the ones that actually can help you in that day, man.
And they're gonna be had the rich.
Right.
Going to Esau in that day, you're gonna be had the rich. Thinking that you see, so niggas gonna try to do that. Right. Take that chip.
Exactly.
Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
So when we speak up here, we speak in vision, man. We speak in vision of what is written in the scriptures, man. And it said when that time
Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
the word the vision is yet for an appointed time. You know, there's certain things that has to happen. This is why we call it's called prophecies, man. You know, the prophets are called prophets because they say the vision before it actually happened. Man.
Hey, that goes into what we were saying before when we first started camp. And Peters, why they say since our fathers fell asleep, things went back to basically normal. Right. Going to show you that the vision is yet for an appointed time. So they look at us, oh yeah, I've been out here forever, talking bullshit. You know.
That Ecclesiastes 3:1. There's a time and purpose and season under the heavens. There's a time and purpose for everything that's supposed to happen in a season.
I've been holding this precept going into that there's even a season that the Most High is going to withdraw the prophets that He's done with the prophesying and the word going forth. That's Jeremiah 4 and 21. How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding.
Hey, so the Lord, imagine, the Lord, He's speaking, He's hearing the trumpet being blown. He's hearing the brothers speaking, He's hearing the brothers speaking, other brothers everywhere in the world, man. Brothers speaking, it's like how long the Lord hears us, man. The Lord knows that we're crying out for righteousness, we're crying for the kingdom. He knows that, man.
Yeah, then when it says, how long shall I see the standard, the prophets and how it says Jeremiah 3:15 that He's going to give you constantly according to His heart. That's the standard being set on the earth. The word is coming forth with telling people what the law, statutes, and commandments are, what your nationality is. So there's going to be a time that's it. Now the word went forth. Now there's not going to be no clothes for your sins.
And real quick too, because you mentioned how the Lord hears, all the brothers crying out. Hey, you know how to see the brother in Indonesia now, man.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there was a brother in Indonesia, brother, sharing that video. You saw that?
Nah.
I ain't see that. Indonesia? There's a brother in Indonesia.
So, but at the end, back in Habakkuk 2 and 3, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come.
Because the word, man, it's not going to lie when it's happening. And right now it's happening. So we should know that the Lord is not lying. The Lord is not lying.
This is what's going to happen, when all these people get drafted in the military, right? In 2nd Ezra chapter 13, start at verse 8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid. And him is talking about Yahawashi. He's going to come in a great giant chariot. When the violence of the multitude came, neither he lifted up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Hey, so that proves that Jeremiah, was it Isaiah 47? He said, I will not meet thee as a man.
Right.
A man fight with his hands. A man fight with a tool in his hand.
Right.
Right? What the scriptures say, Go read it again.
Oh, read again. Time. After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore of Salakia. But I would, Salakia. After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were, am I reading that way? Salakia.
Take your time.
I can start at 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place without the hill was graven, and I could not.
Right, so that just let you know he thought it was a mountain, but it's not a mountain. You know?
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so.
It's going back to Isaiah 13, where the Lord said he's great multitude, to bring some multitude. The Lord mustered the earth host of the battle. You know?
Who were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight.
Yeah.
Military.
Yeah, the military gonna be scared.
Yeah, they're gonna be scared, but the Lord's gonna put that spirit on them, he's gonna harden their hearts, and they're gonna be fighting, man. And a lot of our people, 2/3 of our own people are gonna be in that military, and they're gonna be fighting against their own power, man. You know? And yet there's fight, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
There it is. He has a man, right? Because he's going to be fighting against the chariots of the Lord, man. You know, let alone Yahawashi himself. But in this particular verse, this is a vision from Esdras. You see in the angel, the chariots, you know, shoot out a burst of fire, man. A concentrated fire upon a multitude of the militaries, you know? Hey, that's something that, you know, man have not seen, man. See, we see the angels, and this is the thing too, man. The Lord got all these Edomites, and they like that. When they see the lights in the sky, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, look at that, what is that? Everybody, like, you Edomites should be afraid of seeing the chariots in the heavens, man. There's so many compilation videos where, oh, it's so beautiful, that's cool, because it ain't doing nothing. It's just showing you nice lights, you know? But it's not good news. The Lord said this is the curse that go across the face of the whole earth. You know, and it says for the one that stilleth within that chapter,
Shall be cut off from.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Verse 10, it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it were seen, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath.
This ain't no dragon, no mythical dragon, man. This is talking about what you ignorantly call a UFO, man. You know, shooting a concentrated fire out of his mouth, man. You know, to hit his target. So you devils, you Edomites don't have nothing to fight against that. Again, that's the spirit. I know you're about to wrap up, but also Trump has this space force because going into Daniel 12:1. You know, somebody get it real quick, BaHaSham. 12:1. Michael the Archangel, man. Right. You know, there's going to be a fight up ahead. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be
Michael the Archangel is standing up for the elect, man. For the children of Israel, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, West Indians, Asians, Hispanics, Native Seminoans. These are who the angels, one of the top angels under Yahawashi. Okay, he's standing up to fight you devils for us. It's for us, man.
It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
Yeah. Why it's going to be a time of trouble? Because why? The Lord is coming, man. You're going to see a lot of chariots in the heavens, man. You know? Matter of fact, I got to go back and watch, what's that dude with Nicolas Cage? No, not Nicolas Cage. Keanu Reeves.
Oh, the day the earth stood still?
One of them, when he came down and
yeah, he had that sentinel with him.
It looked like it was Hillary Clinton, lady, and she was like, what are you here for? He was like, to save the world from you.
Yeah,
you know?
the day the earth stood still.
Yeah, that one. Go ahead,
And it says, even such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Hey, that's the elect, man. Because they're going to be delivered by what? The way of the chariots. You can go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. The straightness of our salvation. Yo, so go ahead.
Quick precept. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Those angels is talking about, you know, the chariots and Esau's military. The dragon is talking about Esau Edom, man. All right. It says, and prevailed not. So this devil is going down when the Lord comes back. It said, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Esau Edom.
And Satan.
And Satan, right. That's why Trump has a space force too.
This Donald Trump said in this interview, he said he don't believe in UFOs, they call them. But you know that's a lie. Why do you do that space force?
Exactly.
They know
Get the fuck out of here.
You know, when they say things like that, you can tell them the truth. But you can tell them the truth, but not fully telling the truth. Because to say that he don't believe in UFOs, because they know that was something when Alice Crowley back years ago, and they just think it was a demon that came to him in the form of a brain, and they started using it, you know, so people could actually believe in some fake bullshit. He could actually know the truth. He know that the angels of the Lord, but he don't call them UFOs because the UFO thing is a fake, it's myth. It's not real. It's no green aliens and grays coming in the chariots and jumping out small, big monsters with big heads. That's not true. That's not true. He might just know, he knows the truth.
Right,
They know that.
right,
We
right.
know that. They know that. Military, these people came out the military and said,
So I'm just saying, Trump is telling the truth, but not the full truth.
Right.
By just saying that, like, I don't believe in UFOs, but he knows that they're real because he probably understands that those are the angels of the Lord.
Back in 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been, a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And there were all mixed together the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived but only dust and the smell of smoke.
Hey, that's what your face is. Yeah, don't worry about us. You know, don't worry about the prophets. You got to worry about the Heavenly Father and His army, the angels, man. You know, that's the bigger threat, and that's what they're preparing themselves for. Meanwhile, we're the little ones. They want to pick one, you know, because we're attached to the big guy. Yep. You know, our father and our big brother and our sister. So they, of course, they want to punch on us, you know. But really, they can't get it because the Father and the Son. He comes back and one of his great form, man. He comes back with the mighty angels, man, in an angelic form, you know. So, with that, we give all praises to Yahawah.
BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.